Hi, it's Sonia Booker, and I am super excited to be bringing content to you today. I have missed you. I have had a great sabbatical, maybe that's what you call it, from in front of the camera, behind the camera, and really just been working on a lot of different things. And so I'm excited to be able to bring you some really exciting things. So are you ready? Because I'm ready. Okay. So what I want to talk about today is, you might have seen this whole Building Atlanta, the PBS documentary on Herman Russell Sr. And a lot of people know that Herman Russell Sr. was my mentor for 12 years, the late Herman Russell Sr. And with this documentary coming out, it's just been like, people have been so excited to hear his story. And it's been exciting for me, for people to watch his story. He wrote the book, Building Atlanta. He wrote the foreword to my book, Real Estate and Wealth, Investing in the American Dream. And so, as people are like telling me some of the things that they're learning from, this series about him, I wanted to share kind of, 3 things that I learned from him. And I'm kind of, putting this as like the 3 top reasons or things of having a mentor, and, how that really impacted my life and why I think it's important. So the one thing, and I think probably the thing that stand out most, I remember the word that he used all the time to me, and probably mostly anybody that was in his circle. He would always say, you have to focus. And it used to drive me crazy when he would say that, because it was just like, I felt like I was focused. You got to focus, Sonia. I'm like, I am. But as I really just started thinking about that and working with him closer, I realized that sometimes that we can be all over the place and we don't even realize it sometimes. And it's important to really pull our own coattail, and mentors have a way of kind of knowing where you're trying to go, and they can help guide that. And they're really very instrumental when they understand where you're going and they see you're getting off course, and they're pulling your coattail saying, focus, 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 on where you're going. And so that was something that was really important to me, and I've taken that, and even, it's been 5 years since he passed away, and I still think about that. I still think about him saying that to me and what that means, and how I can course correct at any given time when I feel myself getting off course. And so the second thing, is that a mentor really helps to guide you to avoid pitfalls and mistakes, because they have made mistakes that you don't have to make, which is so good and refreshing. You might make other mistakes, but you probably won't make the same ones that your mentor made. And I remember one lesson that I got from the late Herman Russell, and it was, a story about losing a lot of money, like a lot of money, right? And when he said it to me, it was like, yeah, I lost, a lot of money. And I thought, that's terrible. But he had such a good attitude about it. And what he learned from it, that he shared with me, that I walked away from that conversation knowing that I won't lose that kind of money, and I certainly won't lose it that way, because I have someone who is sharing information to help me avoid pitfalls and mistakes. And so that's really key. And then the third thing that I think is really important, that has helped me to further my real estate development career, my philanthropy career, just the things that I do, and that I do a little bit more natural now because of being around someone that not only helped me to be a good real estate developer, but they just helped to develop me as an individual, as a person. I think that that's really key. And so when I think about that, and I think about that final thing, they're really instrumental. Mentors very instrumental in the success of your career and where you're going, because they have this kind of vested interest in your success and you getting to where you're trying to go. And so I think that those are some really important things to, as we think about mentorship, as we think about how do we pay it forward, how do we, help other people, those are some things to keep in mind. And those are some reasons that you really do want to seek out mentors, and, just paying a lot of honor to having, such a wonderful mentor. I tell people all the time that it took me almost 2 years just to meet my mentor. And I think about the persistency that took. And I also think about what would have happened and how my life would have been so drastically different had I given up at any given time that I felt like it should not be this hard to meet any person. And me meeting him was way before Facebook or LinkedIn or any kind of social media. And so it was really just a boots on the ground, a person who I felt could add a lot of value to my life. I was very impressed by all the things that he's done. And I'm so glad that you get to see in that documentary all the wonderful things that he achieved in his life, and not only built Atlanta or built buildings, but he also was a great builder of people. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. And I look forward to sharing more content with you. I'm so excited about some of the things that I want to talk to you about. And I'll see you in a few days. Until the next time, happy wealth building.